Welcome to the Answers for Elders radio show. Meet the trusted experts who will give you straight answers and will help guide you on the path of later life care. Now, here's your host, founder, caregiver, and CEO, Suzanne Newman.
And welcome back, everyone, to Answers for Elders Radio Network, heard across the USA. And we are supporting the Alzheimer's Association Walk to End Alzheimer's Disease. And today we're talking about animal-assisted intervention, also known as therapy animals. And we are here with Marlina Velasco-Barker, and she, again, is my right hand as we have a therapy dog team as an extension of Answers for Elders, and we're so thrilled to be able to visit senior living and communities and private homes and events and community events and, you name it, police and fire, schools, everything around the greater Puget Sound that we do. And we hope to inspire all of you across that are listening. If you're not in the Pacific Northwest, please still reach out to WATherapyDogs.org or .com, either one, to get more information, because we can connect you in a city that you live in or help you start your own group if you want to do that. And so, Marlina, welcome back to the show. I would really like to talk to you a little bit about, there's a lot of seniors out there that may be diagnosed with Alzheimer's disease and they already have a companion. They have a pet. That pet is really, really important, aren't they?
Absolutely. And, there's so many studies out there, and from your own upbringing, if you're a dog lover out there, what it felt like as a kid or growing up with a pet in the home, whether that be a dog or a cat, and how connected and bonded that we all get to our animals. They literally become like, Malia is my dog, my golden,
your baby,
my daughter. She's like, I call her my blonde daughter, right?
Yeah.
And so she is. They are our babies, and so it's so important to, I want to say, take advantage of that bond, of that relationship.
Yeah, I know it's such an incredible bond. It's like I sing, good morning to you, a little song every morning to my Whidbey, and she's now almost 12 years old. She is so happy, that tail wags. She knows it's time to start the day. And then when we go to bed at night, I always say, thank you for another day, Whidbey, because she's old. And obviously, there's going to have to, I'm going to have to part with her someday. And I hate to even think about it, but the bond between her and I are so strong. And I know that other seniors, they may hang on to that animal even tighter once they are diagnosed. There's a lot of fear involved. I know that I was just talking to someone recently that was just recently diagnosed, sadly, with Alzheimer's disease. And I asked her, I said, how are you doing? And she looked at me and she goes, I'm really scared. And, that to me kind of sums it up. It's that fear factor to make sure that that animal, it remains integrated and part of the process. That is so vitally important, is it not?
Absolutely. Well, and I have witnessed this very thing where there's a huge difference in somebody's behavior when you see them at these communities or at their home and they have a pet versus someone who doesn't. And you mentioned in our other segment that some people are literally waiting with bated breath for us, for Malia and I as a team, to visit them all month long, or maybe it's every other week, because we are the only joy that they get to experience once a month or twice a month. So if an animal is already a part of a senior's life or a person's life who unfortunately is suffering from one of the dementias, and we're talking about Alzheimer's specifically here, it would be such a miraculous moment each time that somebody can then have their pet with them 24/7, not just for companionship, but they're also referred to as emotional support animals from if you were to get some kind of piece of paper, but really what it all comes down to is that bond. And so
Yeah.
I feel like it is not only essential, but if you do already have a pet, or maybe another family member has a
Mhm.
pet, go visit your loved one often with your
Right.
pet.
Right. There are good candidates to be a great companion animal, no matter what they are. What kind of qualities, Marlena, do you look for? Like, if maybe you're the daughter and your mom loved dogs, and you realize, wow, I have a dog at home. I never thought about bringing, my dog, would be to go visit my mother. Tell me a little bit about how that works. And
Sure.
what should you look for in the in the dog or the cat or something like that?
Yeah, so pets must absolutely be willing to be touched. And
Yeah.
what I mean by that is that you're not forcing asking, that they literally just they lean in, right? Like they lean
Yeah.
in, or they lean toward the hand or whatever is being extended to them. It might even be a
Hmm.
knee.
Hmm.
One of the things that Malia does without me asking her is she puts her chin on the senior's
I
knee,
love that.
whether they talk or not, whether they reach out to her or not. So, what I'm specifically describing here is an innate, natural ability and desire to connect, and that
Mhm.
they get feedback from that, meaning
Yeah.
they get something out of it.
Yeah.
Therefore, the animal, whatever breed the animal is, thriving because of that touch, of that
Yeah.
connection. And so
Yeah.
it is so important for the characteristic of an animal to want to be
Mhm.
touched and to want
Right.
to.
And that comes in all breeds. It's not necessarily people will say, well, I have this kind of animal, they don't like to be touched. I will challenge that every single time. It's not according to the breed. It's according to the disposition, and every animal is as unique in personality as another. We have a new puppy, Skagit. She's a snuggler. She comes up and she wants to be on my lap and she wants to snuggle it, and especially in the winter time. And so I look at Skagit and I think, you're calming down finally, almost two. It's almost time now to get her engulfed in this, because she loves connection. She just is a little too crazy right now. But there's something in there, I think, that we all look at as far as how can we, make a difference in the world and in the lives of those. And this is a wonderful way, if you have a pet that loves connection and loves to be touched and loves to, just be with you and go places and experience new people. You're probably a very good candidate to go make visits.
Sure, absolutely. The other things that come to mind real quickly, because some of these things can be trained. In other words, if the dog is biddable,
Mhm.
which is a word for trainable,
Right.
coachable, teachable, they're a quick learner, they're super smart.
Right.
Some of these things can be taught, but I feel
Right.
like there's a temperament, and I actually am available to do temperament testing here in Washington State. And
Fabulous.
actually do it on Zoom too. So just
Yeah.
connect with me and I can do
Perfect.
the temperament test with you to see if they are a fit for this kind of work, or this kind of, it is work. They're
Yeah.
lovely dogs, right?
And Marlena, you and we're going to be right back. So in the meantime, to reach out to Marlena, go to watherapydogs.org. Let's work together and help fund a cure in supporting the Walk to End Alzheimer's this year. And learn more and donate by visiting alz like zebra.org, or just call 800-272-3900. That's alz.org or 800-272-3900.